to Monday Night Raw review, recap, rumors, whatever other bullshit we decide to throw in here because we feel like it. I'm Tofari.
I'm CK.
And I'm Knight Rider.
Checking our stuff. Hold on.
Yeah, we're making sure we have sound, and then we'll be on our way. I'm gonna say if you don't know what main event is, it's on Thursdays if I remember correctly.
It's technically on Thursdays, yes, but we watch TNA.
We watch TNA. It honestly, there's 2 matches, and then there's 40 minutes of recap bullshit from Monday Night Raw.
Well, I'll give you here's the breakdown. We had a 4-minute match with Karrion Kross and Tyler Bates, and it was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. Again, we'll get this later. Why do we not have Kross on the main roster? I mean, we get little clips of him here and there.
What I want to know more of, and I agree, but what I want to know more of is, what the fuck is the point of this guy? What is the fucking point of main event? Genuinely.
To showcase... It's basically... Okay, main event is Raw's, warm-up show for the week.
So basically what you're telling me is a waste of goddamn time.
It is... Before Raw goes live, it's the 2 matches that they have showcasing what is going on.
So the main event happens on Monday nights, and then they don't upload it,
until next week, yeah.
That's unbelievably stupid.
Next week's, or this coming up Thursdays, is what aired yesterday. Not aired, but was on what they watched yesterday.
WWE, what the fuck are you smoking? Genuinely, what are you smoking? Why not just put that before Raw? Y'all are stupid. I'm sorry.
What is that?
What is what?
Subscribe to earn drops?
I don't know. It's something from Crunchyroll. Anyway, yeah, we had a match between Karrion Kross and Tyler Bates, who was returning. Karrion Kross defeats him. Then we have a tag team match between A-Town Down Under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, against the LWO. A-Town Down Under wins in 8 minutes and 6 seconds. So, once again, we had 13 minutes of matches, and then 47 minutes of recap.
It was 30 because you figure...
Alright, it's 30 minutes of recapping Raw from the previous week. Why? I know why, but why? Guess what? If I am going to a Monday Night Raw, chances are I know what the fuck happened last week.
Yep.
Maybe that's just me, though. Anyway, moving on to Raw proper. On 5/19/2025 in Bon Secure's Wellness Arena, Greensville, South Carolina. We start off... Why is this all giant text? I don't know. Anyway, we start off with Logan Paul. Ugh, I hate him. I hate him so much, but I'm gonna do my best here. He says, "Hey yo, welcome to Monday Night Raw. Listen here, Greenville. It is a fact that I will beat Jey Uso this Saturday. And when I return to this ring next Monday on Raw, Logan Paul will be your new World Heavyweight Champion." Oh, what's wrong? What's wrong, Greensville? You don't like facts? Hey, perfect. I got a lot more for you. Check this out. Fact. Jey Uso is the current World Heavyweight Champion. Fact. Jey Uso tapped out Gunther at WrestleMania. No, yeet. I said no, yeet. Okay, fine. Yeah, fine. Yeet. 4 letters, 1 word. All y'all have 2 brain cells. Shut up. Another fact. Logan Paul will win a singles title 12 years faster than Jey Uso. Fact. Jey Uso cannot handle the weight of being a world champion. Fact. Jey Uso has eyes on everyone in this company except Logan Paul. And the biggest fact of them all, and my favorite, I have knocked out Jey Uso 3 times. 3 times I have left Jey Uso unconscious, flatlined, face first on the floor. And guess what? Oh man, sorry Greensville, I'm going to do it again this Saturday. And when I do, Logan Paul will become your new World Heavyweight Champion.
And then Gunther shows up. And you just seen the whole attitude of Logan flip.
He looks like he just shit himself. I'm going to be completely honest. Because Gunther comes down to the ring. He says, you seem very confident that you can beat that guy that has beaten me for my World Heavyweight Championship. So, I need to assume that you're standing out here believing that you're better than me. That's very confident, and I think that's good. Confidence, as we both know, is what drives us in life. It's what got us here, right? And to be quite honest, and if everybody here is honest for 1 second, those people show you way more respect, need to show you way more respect than they do. I mean, come on, guys. You might be a little bit jealous because this is a self-made social media megastar. With his own hands, he built a social media empire. If I'm honest, there's things I can learn from you.
And then Logan Paul's like, yeah, there is, Gunther. Listen, the ring general knows business. Hey, it's just business, guys. And I'm good for it. Who knew Gunther was so smart? Whenever you want to talk to me, bro, I'm in the locker room. I got great guys for you.
Hey. I'm not done yet. I think there's things you can teach me. So, social media, obviously, I might need a little help. Just in general, your entrepreneurship, your understanding of marketing. If I think about it more, just imagine the headlines. YouTuber becomes World Heavyweight Champion, right? Logan Paul as World Heavyweight Champion would be great for business.
Who knew Gunther? The ring general knows business. He's got a suit and everything. He's basically in the low gang. This is crazy. Hey, respect, Gunther. This guy knows business. I love it.
Business. That's what it is to you, right? Understand one thing. To you, it's business. But to me, all of that here is very personal. Beating Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship is very personal to me. So if you take that away from me, I will take that as a feeling personally disrespected. So, maybe ask Pat how I deal with getting disrespected by non-wrestlers. That guy at least showed some heart. But when I look into your eyes, I don't see no heart. If you beat Jey Uso, and if you square off with me on June 9th in Phoenix, all of your accolades don't mean anything. Because we will square off. That bell will ring, and I will eat you alive.
Hey, what are you saying, Gunther? I'm sorry. Maybe you heard them. Are you walking... Maybe you heard them. Are you walking away from me? Logan Paul, yeah, big scary cat.
And then, Gunther leaves the ring, Logan... Of course, he waits till after Gunther leaves the ring to talk his shit. And then he promptly gets... he eats a super kick from Jey Uso after...
And then Uso comes out, comes after he super kicked him.
Yeah, he says, fact, I'm going to see you on Saturday. And Gunther, I'm going to see you in Phoenix. 4 letters, 1 word,
yeet! 4 letters, 1 word, yeet!
And then we have a very quick little... Actually, it wasn't even a segment.
It was not really a segment. We can pull it up if you want.
Well, it was just backstage. We see...
Rhea Ripley. Roxanne Perez officially signing her WWE Raw contract.
Yeah. With Adam Pearce in his office or whatever.
Yeah.
And then backstage, Jey Uso runs into Paul Heyman in the backstage area. And Heyman says, Logan wants to talk about facts. The wise man has some rooted in wisdom. Everybody says that I betrayed Roman Reigns, that I betrayed CM Punk. But to betray someone, they have to stab them in the back. They have to do something they don't see coming. So I want to say this to your face, so I can't be accused of betraying the World Heavyweight Champion. Tonight, you will fight Braun Breaker. The title is not on the line. Fact. Braun Breaker is not looking for your title. Fact. Braun is looking forward to slowing down your momentum. You're that great of a champion. Fact. Whether it's you, whether it's Logan Paul, or whether it's Gunther, it's all a short-term run. Because the long-term plan for the World Heavyweight Championship is Seth frickin' Rollins.
And then he's like, as he's walking away, he's like, fact.
Don't try the coffee.
Don't try
it's
the
terrible.
coffee. It's terrible. I thought it was funny.
It was great. And then we have our first match of the night. AJ Styles and Penta versus the Judgment Day with Carlito at ringside because Carlito's a trifling little bitch. I don't know what you did, but all of this is in super large font.
I don't know. I'm special.
We already knew that, but that's besides the point.
But anyway,
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty back and forth match. Of course, you know.
It was until it wasn't.
Yeah, because you have Carlito on the outside trying to get involved.
No.
Carlito trying to get involved on the Judgment Day? Never. Anyway.
You lie. But then,
it's so hard to scroll through all this.
I know.
Alright, yes. Right. Near the end, Penta gets McDonough with the Mixing Destroyer on the floor. That's right. I forget. Jackass appears. And as Penta is going to win the match, El Grande Americano appears from ringside, like the crowd basically, grabs Penta in a chokehold and headbutts him in the back of the skull with his...
And what gets me is Pat is like, oh, that's El Grande Americano. And Michael is like...
That's fucking Chad Gable,
Yeah.
you dumbass. Doesn't quite say it like that, but that's essentially, he's like, are you stupid? Do you have
That's
negative...
not the same guy. He proved it like day one. It's not even the same guy.
Yeah, okay, but... Okay.
And then he's like...
That's why he has the exact same build.
And
that's
then
why
he's like, he didn't have a metal thing in it. You can't prove that he had anything metal in it. He's like, look, you can see him adjusting. You can see him like...
It's so dumb. But yeah, Balor rolls Penta back into the ring. He connects with the coup de grace and picks up the victory, because of course. And here's the thing that really... It annoys me, but it annoys me for different reasons. Finn Balor is great. He is... I'm going to say... I know he's not AJ Styles, but he is phenomenal in that ring. And yet, because he's a heel, because he's a part of the Judgment Day, he has to look like a little incompetent bitch. And I hate that. Because he is great in that ring. When he goes against AJ Styles, it should be a 50-50 down the middle. When he goes against someone like Braun Breaker, it should be a 50-50 down the middle. But instead, he's a trifling little trailer trash bitch who gets tossed around like a sack of potatoes, and he has to have his little cronies come in and help him.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my opinion, though. I hate when wrestlers have to be downgraded for the plot.
Fair enough. And
But-
then we have Kathy Kelly backstage
Yeah.
interviewing Io, and she asks her, how does it feel to be on this side of Money in the Bank,
And,
being the champion?
and he goes like, I know what it's like to win Money in the Bank, but whoever wins, she'll be ready for them. Because she's the genius of the sky. And then Becky Lynch comes in, and, she's like, one thing you've never been able to do, Io, is beat me one-on-one. But Io's not scared. Excuse me.
Io's like, I'm not scared.
I'll take you on. I'll be ready. And Becky says that, I put down one champ already. I'm not afraid to put down another. And I'm just thinking to myself, once again, what are you smoking? You didn't put down anybody. In fact, you lost your shot. You are not a champion because you got your ass whooped, but then you attacked her after the match because you're a petty little... I don't know, something. You're petty. But
And then Logan Paul is backstage, and Seth Rollins comes walking up to him. Logan Paul's like, I'm done. Come pick me up. He's on the
it's
phone.
like, this isn't the time. But Seth, he understands, but he wants Logan to hear him out. Logan, you have a big world title opportunity coming up on Saturday. He says that Jey Uso is going to get hurt tonight for sticking his nose in his business. Whether Jey walks out of Greensville or gets taken out on a stretcher, he's not going to be at 100% come Saturday night's main event. That means the odds are in Logan's favor. And if Logan can get past Jay and Gunther, Seth will be waiting on the other side for him. Logan will know who to thank if he captures the World Heavyweight title. Maybe they'll have a rematch from WrestleMania 39, except this time the World Heavyweight title will be on the line. And he tells Logan to think about it as he walks away. Then we get into our second match of the night, which is Becky Lynch versus Roxanne Perez versus Natalya in a women's Money in the Bank qualifying match. And this is it's a weird match. It's good, but it's odd because Becky keeps trying to hey Roxanne, let's team up on Natalya, and then immediately doesn't even use the advantage of a 2-on-1. Because at the very beginning of the match, she's like, yeah, let's go take out Natalya. And then Roxanne takes 2 steps forward to try and jump Natalya, and Becky grabs her by the hair and tries to throw her out of the ring. Yeah. Only to get thrown out of the ring herself.
Yeah.
I don't know what Becky did on her time off, but it obviously lowered her ring IQ because she's just doing some of the dumbest stuff. But... it's a good back and forth between the three of them. It's mainly Roxanne, and they get a bit of
Natalya was doing good for a long time.
Yeah, but eventually, Becky looks like she might be about to have this in the bag, but
and I'm gonna tell you this: there are a few signs out there that we caught that is if Roxanne loses, we riot.
Yeah.
Roxanne for Money in the Bank. Things like that. So.
Oh God, my brain.
Your brain just melted.
No, my brain melted. Oh God.
Roxanne.
No.
Becky.
The Intercontinental Champion.
Lyra.
Yes.
Yeah, Lyra shows up, takes Becky out.
Lyra Valkyria. I was thinking Valkyria and Vakir, and I'm I know it's not Stephanie Vakir, but anyway, Lyra Valkyria shows up. She attacks Becky. Becky managed to push her off for a second, gets back into the ring, and but Natalya starts to set her up for the sharpshooter, and Lyra is no, she's mine, drags her back out of the ring. They start fighting all the way up to the entrance ramp, and then Roxanne comes in. She gets Pop Rocks, I think her finisher is called, and then gets the 3 count. So we have Roxanne going to Money in the Bank for her This was the qualifying match. She's going to Money
Alexa and Roxanne right now.
Yes.
So.
Yep.
Oh God, I have to scroll 15 million miles down.
I'm sorry. I don't know why it's so big. But,
yeah. And then Sami Zayn walks up to Jey Uso in the locker room, He's like, I know you got a lot on your plate right now, but you don't have to worry about Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman, and Braun Breaker at Saturday night's main event. He wants to handle business with Braun tonight. And if they try to play the numbers game, Sami will have his back, and then they do their signature.
Yeah,
I'm not that cool. I can't. Especially with myself, I'm not that however the fuck they do it. They're cooler than me, so. And then we get a radio.
I'm not worried about that crap.
Right. This one was, I never saw this before. This one was strange. The barbecue sauce and the fire extinguisher from 2012. Yeah. Anyway. Next week on Raw, Rusev will battle Akira Tozawa.
Yeah, Adam's next week, you're medically cleared. We're going to go ahead and schedule this match for next week.
Tozawa, I like you and all, but...
like I said, though, but Tozawa's not going to win it. But we talk about, Jey Uso having heart. We talk about Stephanie Vakir, being tough as shit. This man, for as little as he is, for as little attention as he has gotten, he went against the ring general Gunther and put on a show. Yeah, I'm not going to say he was anywhere even close to beating Gunther.
No.
But did you expect him to do as good as he did against Gunther?
He stepped up.
Exactly.
He didn't back down from him.
Exactly.
Gunther had to put him down.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Rusev is going to have to do. He's going to have to put Tozawa down.
But Chad and Ivy walk up.
Yeah.
And Gable's like, Rusev is going to end you, Tozawa. End your career next week. just like he did with that clown Otis.
Yeah. He's looking forward to the Alpha Academy being put down for good. And Tozawa's about to, deck.
Yeah, he's like...
Yeah. And Maxine's like, he's not worth it. Let's just go. And then Tozawa, is not worth it.
And then he's like, I'm glad the Creed brothers are getting their world title.
Yeah, next week. But what about him? He's here to talk about Money in the Bank qualifying matches, not just for him, but also for Ivy Nile. And Pierce is like, we've already had this conversation. And before he can continue, the New Day joins the conversation. And, Gable's like, it's nothing personal, but the Creed brothers are walking away with those World Tag Team titles. And New Day's like, okay, maybe, but the one thing we can agree on is that nobody wants to see the War Raiders win. And Pearson tells Gable and the New Day to get out. Have this conversation somewhere else.
Yeah, because, nobody knocks.
Yeah. And Woods is fine with that because Pierce's office smells like a midlife crisis. Whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean.
What does the midlife crisis smell like?
I don't know.
Don't
I haven't
know.
had one yet.
This was great. It wasn't necessarily a great match, but it was great in the
Sheamus versus Grayson Waller with Austin Theory at ringside. And I'm going to put this very simply.
Sheamus whooped his ass.
Yes, Grayson Waller. I'll give him some credit. He got a few good licks in here and there, but
he even tried to do 10 beats of the Bowery. That was funny.
Yeah, that's just
his hit was more like.
Yeah.
I mean, you could literally tell Sheamus was like.
Yeah, and there he catches it and you did not, and then rocks his shit. But yeah, Grayson Waller's getting his ass whooped. And at one point...
But the great part... I'm thinking this is where you're going. The great part about it was... Theory is laughing.
Oh, yeah.
The entire,
Mm-hmm. And Grayson Waller tries to leave. He's like, no, I'm done. I'm getting my ass whooped. I'm going backstage. And Austin Theory's like, what? No. You can't give up. You
have to show me.
Yeah, show me how it's done. And then pushes him back, and Sheamus grabs him by the hair, lifts him up, and I'm pretty sure that's when he hits him with the 10 beats of the Balroon, or however it's said.
10 beats of the Bowery.
And then he lines up with a broad kick and kicks his head 15 ways from Sunday off his shoulders, gets the 1, 2, 3, and
like I said, you could just see Theory kind of like...
He
had a smile on his face.
Oh, he's laughing. Because even Michael Cole points out, he's laughing at his best friend getting his ass whooped.
Yeah.
It was funny, because we know the implosion is coming.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of time.
And then
do we even have to read this?
I want to go over it for the sake of how pointless it was.
You know what? Before we read this, show what I pulled up on Discord. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, that's 15 miles down.
Oh, you'll be alright.
Okay, well, we'll do that. We'll do that when going through Discord.
Oh, you crybaby.
I don't feel like having to scroll up 15 miles. Yeah, you come do it. You come do it then. Anyway.
What do we pay you for?
I don't get paid.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, exactly. So shut up. Anyway, Indiana Pacers superstar Tyrese Halliburton will be a downloadable character in WWE 2K25, and who cares? I don't. Maybe there are some people out there who are like, yeah, this is great. I've always wanted to play him. I don't care. I could not care less. He has a little interview talking about his confrontation with Jalen Brunson on SmackDown last year. And their confrontation in the Eastern Conference Finals. Whatever. Cool for them.
Yeah, Cole and Pat make a bet on who's going to win because...
Yeah. And then Kathy Kelly has a backstage interview with Gunther. With multiple superstars coming for Jey Uso, will his game plan change on June 9th? And then Seth Rollins interrupts the conversation. He says, it's been a while since they've last shared the same space. The work Gunther did with Seth's World Heavyweight Championship was pretty good. He was a pretty good champion. And Gunther's like, I heard what Paul Heyman said earlier in the night. For Seth calling himself a visionary, he's very short-sighted because he's not the long game here. Gunther is. Seth's like, you know what? I'm going to cut the crap. You know, I was out here on a professional courtesy for someone he had respect for. If Gunther recaptures the World Heavyweight Champion title, he'll suffer the same treatment as everybody else on the Raw roster. He'll become a target. And Gunther's like, I cannot wait. In fact, I'm eager for it. And that was about it. And then we have the fourth match.
We have to show this one during this.
Yes. This one...
I know you didn't want to go all the way down, but this is highly relevant.
I'm only going to show one of them.
Well, show the better one. What I think is the first one.
That
Is
one
it the
works.
second one? Yeah, show the second one.
Yeah. Well, that's a very blurry photo, actually. The first one might be better. They're out, except they're all kind of blurry just because of motion blur.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But let's keep on our faces right now when we get to that, because it brings it up.
We have our fourth match of the night, Rhea Ripley versus Kairi Sane versus Zoe Starks in a Women's Money in the Bank qualifying match. And, you know, the match is going great for the first half. Well, not even the first half, like the first third. But at one point, where is it?
Stark drives her knee into the midsection. Okay, hold on.
No.
Basically what happens is... Yeah, it's right here.
Yes, Stark goes up. She goes up to deliver the springboard missile drop kick on Rhea, I believe, but Rhea ducks out of the way, and it's just immediately obvious. Like, she collapses to the ground.
And you were even wondering if this was
storied or not.
But
no.
here's what we need to get to.
Yeah, I don't know
That's not story.
No, your leg is not meant to bend like that. You know, but immediately the ref calls for medical attention, so a medic comes in.
And the thing is, like everybody was saying online, you knew it was legit and not storyline.
When she screamed.
Well, one, when she screamed, and two, they cut instantly.
Yeah, like, they're like going to commercial, like, we'll be right back, we're going to commercial, yeah. So, obviously this is bad. She's
had knee surgery before.
Yeah, like her knee was already messed up. I'm pretty sure she just shredded her knee again. So, I wish nothing but the best for her. I hope she, you know.
And again, this is something that you need to understand.
This is a very real.
These guys are professionals. They do it day in, day out, month after month, year
But when
after
you do it day in, day out,
it doesn't mean these guys are professionals. What I'm trying to get at is they still get hurt.
Yeah.
And they know how to fall. They know how to take a hit. They know how to do
how to do all that. They practice this day in, day out. And you can still have stuff like this happen. So, please do not do this at home. Because guess what? These guys, they have insurance for everything that happens in the ring.
No, they don't.
For what happens in the ring.
Yeah, if it happens in the
That's
ring.
what I'm saying. They, like, WWE medical staff is immediately on that. They will help them. They will deal with their surgeries, try to get them back in ring performance.
If you're going to go out and jump off your backyard, or jump off the back of your house onto a self-made ring,
and you tear your shoulder, break your neck, that's out of your pocket. And if you don't have the money for it, you're just fucked. So.
And you know what the doctors are going to be like? What'd you do?
Yeah. I was trying to be a wrestler in my backyard. Send him the fuck home.
Basically, that's what I'd be doing. But yeah. So the match continues with Rhea and... Or not Rhea.
Yes.
Yeah, Rhea and Kairi. And I was actually surprised at how good this actually was.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm sure it would have been better with Zoe, but it was still a good match.
Yeah. But, I mean, Rhea's dominating for the most of it. Just sheer power.
And you know, the thing is, I even said, Rhea's not going to win this. They're going to give it to Kyrie. It was her comeback.
Yeah, it was her
return, and I legit was like, and it didn't happen.
No, which I'm gonna be honest, I wish it would have, and I don't mean that because it's her return or whatever, but and you can.
Another thing a lot of people noticed, and I didn't even put it in the stuff. And I did say it when Kyrie came out.
Mm-hmm.
It was Kyrie's music.
Yeah.
It was not Damage Control. It was nothing. She did not come out there with EO.
Yeah, she came out on her own.
She came out there as the pirate princess type thing that she always has.
Oh, yeah.
Was throwing gold coins out, which I thought was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because that kind of reiterates that she's back as Kyrie, not as
Damage
Kyrie.
Control.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you can disagree with me all you want. I would rather see Kyrie Sane in the Money in the Bank with the briefcase than
I
Rhea
agree.
Ripley.
I'm not disagreeing with that. But
exactly.
I think that
I think Rhea Ripley has spent enough time in the championship picture. I know that sounds strange, but she was world heavyweight or women's world heavyweight championship for so long, and then she had her little tiff with Liv over the championship for even longer. They were going back and forth, rematch after rematch. And then she loses to EO, and then for another month. She injects herself into what was not meant to be a triple threat match. She made it into a triple threat match. She lost said triple threat match, and now she's getting another opportunity at a title. She needs to go off and be Rhea Ripley, not be the champion for a while. My opinion, anyway.
fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
But
give somebody else a chance, you know.
But then we get that the Tyrese Halliburton
will be the special guest on the Raw recap
which
podcast.
happened earlier today.
Yeah. And then we have a Rusev promo. He says, Tozawa, Tozawa, Tozawa. I admire your courage and loyalty to your friend, but you must be high on cheers and delusion. I was just trying to do what's best for you. Trying to fix you like I fixed myself. But you challenged me, you ungrateful little man. I was born in the Tempest. I'm the son of Thunder. Who are you to challenge me? Now you've gotten my attention and you've got a problem. You should have thanked me and walked away, but instead you listened to them and not your brother. Remember, your ego might get you cheered, but your arrogance will get you slaughtered. Tozawa-san, next week on Monday Night Raw, I will embrace your challenge with open arms, and after I beat you senseless and I tap you out, I'm going to forgive your stupidity and forget your existence. I mean, every single Rusev promo so far has been phenomenal, in my opinion. But I'm gonna say this, Rusev. You might beat him senseless. You might tap him out. You might forgive his stupidity, but I can assure you, you will not forget him.
Exactly.
Because I'm not going to say he's going to give you a fight, but he's not going to go down
without a fight.
Exactly.
I fixed it. I don't know how, but I fixed it.
Halfway through? Anyway. And then apparently Dominic Mysterio will be the guest on Stephanie McMahon's What's Your Story podcast this week. We go backstage to the Judgment Day Clubhouse.
I don't know what this...
I know exactly what this was. Finn Balor has been having conversations with Roxanne Perez.
Which we've brought up on...
And informally introduces her to the Judgment Day. You know, Finn thought about what Dominic said about saying they needed new members. And Dominic said, you know, we should talk to Liv Morgan. But Finn says that Liv would appreciate this because Dom has him, JD, Carlito all covering his back. But Raquel and Liv have no one. Finn says Roxanne is not a member of the Judgment Day, but sometimes they need outside help. Roxanne's like, you know, I'm still just trying to find my place here on Raw. And she admires the Judgment Day, everything they've done. And she even brought presents. So she she gives Dom a box of chicken nuggets and Carlito an apple. And Raquel slaps the apple out of Carlito's hand, and Roxanne's like, "You've introduced yourself. You've given us your presents. You can leave now."
And Finn basically makes a little comment of like,
"Yo," because Raquel says, "Liv will hear about this."
And Finn just smiles and like, "Yeah, I can't wait."
Yeah.
So he cooking something.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
He cooking something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's gonna be diabolical.
His T-bone steak is on the grill.
Yep. Exactly.
Next week on Raw, we'll have the men's Money in the Bank qualifying match. Plus, the New Day will put their World Tag Team titles on the line against the Creed Brothers and the War Raiders in a triple threat match. And then we get to the fifth and final match of the night. Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker. And I'm going to be honest, this is a good fight.
Until it wasn't.
Until it never ends properly. It fucking can't. We can't go a single week without at least one match.
Most of them.
Yep. Yeah. Most of them get interrupted.
Most. What? Most of the matches get interrupted anymore.
Yep. Oh yeah, actually yeah. No, this week, let's see. We had the
Penta.
We had Penta with El Grande. We had
Well, Zoe I wouldn't count.
No, not that one.
But the Becky, we had Lyra.
Yeah, Lyra Valkyria. And then this one. So what, 3 out of the 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 out of 5 matches get interrupted.
Yep.
What the fuck is even the point in the bell anymore? Just have it be a fucking free-for-all. Just put them in the ring and just let them slug it out. No rules, just fucking beat each other up. That's what it is, basically.
Let it go. Let them all go at it.
Actually, you know what? Forget the ring. Take the ring out, put it in a fucking mud pit. Throw some shards of glass in there, some...
Oh, no, you didn't get a drink yet, did you?
Hold on. I've officially rewatched every episode of House. And I remember an episode. There was 2 of his team members, 2 girls, were fighting. He's like, "If you 2 need to work it out doing the medical stuff, or we can get a ton of Jell-O. And I think the medical stuff would be easier. But I would like the Jell-O." And it was just funny. Because House is
a train wreck.
Yep, House is House.
He's a beautiful disaster, and I freaking love him.
He's a beautiful train wreck.
And he is freaking great. But
like I said,
if I'm ever dying of a disease, I know House is not real, but I want a doctor like him. I don't care about his bedside manners. He can be a complete douchebag, perv, piece of trash, as long as he figures out what the fuck is wrong.
I bet he's way old by now.
But yeah, like I said, great fight until it wasn't. You know, back and forth. Braun Breaker showing off that speed, showing off that power. Jey Uso showing off his resilience, his tenacity. Of course, until Paul Heyman gets involved. You know, getting up on the ring apron, distracting Jey Uso. And then finally when Jey gets the upper hand, he's about to do his... Not the swanton, like the dive out of the ring to hit Breaker. Paul grabs his foot.
And Jey was done.
Yeah, Jey was done with his ass.
He started chasing it. Not chasing him, but...
Yeah, no, he gets outside of the ring, and Paul is like unbuttoned. He's like, yeah, what you gonna do, huh? What you gonna do? Let's go. And then Seth Rollins jumps his ass from behind.
And the bell rings.
And who could have guessed Sami Zayn and CM Punk show up? Whoa! Fucking Helen Keller could have seen that shit coming.
We only took 39 minutes to run through that.
Yeah, because it's... I don't know.
But anyway... We do have a lot of things.
CM Punk and Sami Zayn come out.
Which I said was going to happen because that's our Saturday
who
night.
could have seen that coming?
Which we do have Saturday night this week.
Sami Zayn.
So we will discuss that on Monday.
And then Logan Paul comes out and he knocks Jey Uso out again because he's a.
And who could have seen that coming?
Yeah.
But...
Because Logan Paul's a sneaky little piece of shit.
Yeah, but that is about it.
so let's run down our Discord.
And then we have some, we should have some things on Discord.
Which will probably only be an hour today, but we'll be alright. It gives me more time to go watch. Which I'm probably going to go to Watson.
Yep. This was yesterday, but Maxine Dupree turns 28 today. Happy birthday to her. So, 28
Happy
today.
28 years.
Shawn Michaels, oh God.
Shawn Michaels, I don't know what the hell you're smoking.
He awarded the LFG final winners, Tyra May Steele and Jasper
She shouldn't
Troy.
have got
Like
it.
I said, Jasper Troy was okay. I agree. Then a lot of people said, either guy would have been great.
Yeah, Jasper
yeah.
and Shiloh were both great. Shiloh's going to wind up on NXT sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Yep.
And here's the thing. I know... I have zero problem with Tyra May Steele. She is an Olympic gold medalist. She is good in the ring. However...
What?
You heard me. She's good in the ring. But... For an Olympic gold medalist,
smoking?
and over the course of LFG, we saw little to no growth in her ability inside that ring, outside the ring, when it comes to promos, when it comes to squaring off with people. She's throughout the entirety of LFG, she grew by maybe 5% at best, whereas her opponent. Zelina Vega. Xena Sterling. Every single member of
every coach
said, she started off and they're like, oh, it's another Barbie doll, great. And then she went up into the fucking stratosphere. And she, they even said it, she's the hardest not just the hardest working woman, the hardest working superstar in LFG. When she's not in the facility of training, when she's not in that ring wrestling, when she's not doing promos, she's watching wrestling, she is studying wrestling so she can become better. In her final match, she was working with a hurt knee, and she still put on an A+ performance.
Yeah. But yet, her opponent gets...
And the thing that made me mad is...
Tyra got the win because of the medal.
The medal.
Yep.
And the medal... Oh, well, it would be great to market female Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
You know what?
I understand what he was saying. Because when Kurt Angle came in, it legitimized wrestling. And this will do the same thing, I suppose. But at the same...
She's not good enough.
I
agree.
No, she's
not.
And like
okay, if this ever gets out, I am not saying...
She's not good.
I'm not saying anything directed towards her. Okay? This is not... I'm not one of those people that need to go off yourself. I'm not... By no stretch. She is not at the level Kurt Angle was when he...
I 100% agree.
Exactly.
She, like I said, she's good.
She's got a lot of work to do.
She's good in that ring. But in my opinion, good isn't good enough to become an NXT superstar.
Okay, and I already know where we're going to take this. So I'm going to throw somebody completely different out there. Not the one we're all going to probably think. But Tyra May Steele versus Julia.
Not even close.
Tyra May Steele versus Roxanne.
Not even close.
I'm not saying she's as good as Roxanne. But yes, Roxanne would beat her just due to experience. But here's the thing, like I said,
you understand the point I'm saying. She's not in the league. I know it's going to sound bad, and I say Julia and Roxanne. I know they've just moved up to the main roster, but I'm putting them on an NXT level because those are the ones who have.
Yeah. But like I said,
let her go up against
Nope.
Stephanie Valkyrie.
Nope. That's the one I said I didn't want to bring up.
Here's
because we already know how we all feel about her.
Here's the thing. She has the potential to be phenomenal. She is an Olympic gold medalist. I will never take that away from her. She is a phenomenal wrestler. But being a phenomenal wrestler
does not transition into
to be a sports entertaining wrestler.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's just my opinion, though. And a lot of people seem to agree with it. Like I said, she is going to be great. I have zero doubt in my mind that in a few years, she could be on WrestleMania, main eventing, World Heavyweight Champion. I just don't think she is as good as Zelina Sterling. Yeah. But that's just me. This was great.
Yeah, I think this is a clip. If you want to go ahead and pull it up.
Yeah, I guess we can.
This was great. If you don't watch LFG, this was absolutely beautiful. It was Bubba just having fun with her.
Yeah, pretty much. Just like I said, she had a hurt knee going into this. Like I said, just them having some goofy old fun.
It was beautiful. I loved it.
The Infinite Void. Anyway.
It was beautiful. It was funny. But we got a better one of that.
Yes, actually, I'll bring that up right now because I have it here.
Oh, yeah.
The latest update from Kevin Owens. We don't have a surgery date yet. I have not had surgery yet, despite reports to the contrary. We're still kind of trying to figure out what the best way to go about it all is. Exactly what needs to be done, so we're kind of figuring that out still. So there's a lot of uncertainty, but hopefully in the next few weeks we'll get clarity and we do the surgery and then we go from there. This morning I was reminded that 10 years ago today, I showed up on Raw for the first time to answer John Cena's Open Challenge. That night changed my life forever, changed my career. It was the beginning of to say an unbelievable ride would be an understatement. And now 10 years later, I'm not where I want to be because I wish I was in the ring performing, having matches, contributing. And that's not the case, unfortunately, because of this neck injury. But still, I have to say the last 10 years have been so amazing. So many amazing moments in the ring, out of the ring. So many amazing people that I've had a chance to get to know. I'm just so grateful for all of it. So thank you all, everyone that was a part of it. From my family to the guys and girls in the locker room to the crew, people behind the scenes that I admire and respect and love so much. And the fans, just everyone. I really can't thank you all enough for being a part of it. And like I've said, I wish nothing but the best for him.
Yeah, like I said,
exactly.
We were sitting there talking smack about him when he left.
KO,
the character, yeah.
Get better.
But again, here goes to what I'm telling you, and what I've said 100 times, and I will say 100 more. Kevin Owens is the same as Tozawa.
Yeah.
Only can actually back it up a little more. But what I'm saying is, you've got to kill KO to put him
Fight,
out.
KO, fight.
Yeah, I
because
wish...
you can hit him with a steel chair, and he's going to be like,
what?
Yeah.
Hold on,
what?
Let me pick this up. Boom!
Like I said, I wish nothing for the best for him.
So
exactly.
I've always been that way.
And I'm certain that when he comes back...
KO, God bless, get better.
Yeah, when he comes back, they're probably going to make him into a baby face, and I'm 100% okay with that.
Yeah, I'd be okay with him coming back as a face.
And then there is so much of people... I posted some of it just more for people to see, read.
Yeah, people are like I said, a lot of people seem to agree in the fact that Tyra May Steele
isn't ready.
I agree, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And that's just a cute little picture of Rhea Ripley.
Here's my thing, and I said it before. There's your new tag team champions.
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
I see it.
No.
That's your new women tag team champion.
I see it happening.
And Saraya says that a man tried to kiss her on the mouth during a sign. Please, for the love of all that is fucking, don't ever do this. Guess what? I don't care. I don't care if they're dating anybody. I don't care if they're single. If they're dating 100 different people. They don't know you. You're a fan. They are a celebrity. Don't try to kiss them. They are not your personal figure, idol, whatever you want to call it, that you can be like, ooh, mwah, give me... No. They are a person. If you went up to any other random lady on the street and you tried to kiss them, they'd probably punch you in the face or kick you in the dick, or both, preferably. Yeah. Be better.
Yeah. I'm going to leave this to you. Goat versus goat.
No. This is some random Joe off the road versus the GOAT. More titles than anybody in, as far as I'm aware, in WWE history. 54 champions. 60 actually, total, I believe it is.
Yes.
60 championships. 54 24/7 championships. More than anyone else in the history of wrestling.
Hey, we've said it before. If for
Our truth
nobody
is just
else,
awesome.
they need to bring the 24/7 back for Truth.
Yes, please.
Because Truth, with that 24/7 title,
Gold.
was gold.
He
He's
gold anyway in the ring.
I used to love when he used to come out there on like the pay-per-views in like the cowboy
the disguises and stuff.
The disguises, the old miner,
or when he dressed
cowboy,
up as a fucking woman.
The gold panhandler type, had the long beard, the cowboy hat on. They're like, Truth, what are you doing?
Nobody knows I'm here.
Nobody knows I'm here. Like, Truth, you don't have a match tonight. I don't? I'm on Monday Night Raw. Truth.
This is Saturday Night Main Event.
This is a pay-per-view.
Yep.
Oh. Okay. Now go ahead and go. Bye. And then walk away. And 10 minutes later, he's in a different outfit. Like,
yeah.
What are you doing?
Or when he dressed up as
hiding.
You know how we have all this fucking filler content? Just replace it all with our truth, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Having
him dress up in a wig and all that.
Truth was absolutely classic when he had the 24/7 title.
Like I said. All the basketball promo, get the fuck rid of it. All this other, the recaps, no. It's all our truth.
Yep.
That's all
we needed our truth.
If we had 30 minutes of our truth, I'd be content.
Yeah, exactly.
And I believe this is also yesterday. Aleister Black turns 40 today. Happy birthday to him. 40 in a day.
Yep. Happy birthday.
Happy 6th birthday to Kanash, Bray Wyatt's son.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. He has his new Hustle, Loyalty, Respect merch on. Zelina Vega says it's time for the ultimate underdog to become the top bitch. And fair fox.
Exactly. She deserves it.
And then the oldest and youngest wrestlers on WWE main event or main roster, we have Roxanne at age 23 and R-Truth at age 53.
Yep.
The two goats.
The two goats?
Mm-hmm. Mickie James has confirmed that WWE LFG has renewed its deal for another 3 years covering 6 seasons. Starting next season, Michelle McCool will take over from Mickie James. And then Jasper Troy sends Bend the Knee because that's his thing. So I'm excited to see what he does in NXT, honestly. Because he is one of the very few people who I think could, just in terms of pure power, go against Obafemi.
And then we got more stuff, like I said. The Bubba Rays, everybody talking about how only reason Tyra got over is because she had a gold medal, which is
true.
And then this is his new profile picture on Twitter, I believe. Him with Hustle, Loyalty, Respect.
And then we got
Kyrie Sane is the arena for. Yeah, we posted that yesterday.
Welcome back.
I believe I pulled this one up as well. SmackDown has been quietly improving lately. Here's why I think it's getting good again. The tag team division is on fire. Adding Fraxium brings even more excitement, and honestly, SmackDown's tag team scene is better than Raw. It's not even close. What are the tag teams on Raw? We have the Boo Day, we have the Creed Brothers, we have the War Raiders. Who else do we have on Raw for tag teams?
I think that's it.
You see the problem here? You don't remember.
That's it.
3? Is that actually all we have?
I think. No, because that's not gonna.
The smart box over there, she might know.
That's not gonna give enough info.
I mean, fuck it. Alexa, who are the tag teams on Monday Night Raw right now?
From Screamer.com. The War Raiders are Raw's new tag team champions after soundly beating the Judgment Day in the night's main event.
I guess technically you have the Judgment Day, which is technically a tag team, I guess, but not really.
Yeah.
But yeah, like even if there are more, you don't remember them. Hence the problem.
Yep, exactly.
Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett have really found the rhythm. Their chemistry is legit, and they're both. You know what? This I do agree on. I know you have your whole thing with Corey, but they have been killing it.
No. Okay. Here's the thing. For SmackDown, great. I like Wade Barrett on SmackDown. I'm not a huge fan of Joe Tessitore, but he's not bad.
No.
I mean, but when it boils down to it, Wade Barrett is great on color commentator.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And the thing is, I do feel like when he has been on the main, like Raw, or even the pay-per-view, sitting in with Pat and Michael, he does play the role that I said.
Corey should, the heel, yeah.
The one kind of being like, you two are idiots. And
Yeah.
I feel like Corey would still do better at that.
Yep.
But
Exactly.
Wade Barrett is just good in general.
Yeah,
he's 100% better.
I think he is. He's found his groove with
Joe.
Yeah.
Aleister Black joining the roster feels different. He brings that same mystique he had back in NXT under Triple H, and it feels like WWE is building something big with him. Jacob Fatu is clearly a top priority, giving him the U.S. title and making him part of opening segment shows. Shows they see him as a future main event star, and that's not even who. I don't think a single person could deny that, and if they do, they're dumb.
Exactly.
I think if SmackDown keeps building this momentum, it can at least be a good alternative to Raw, who is hot right now. Once again, is it though? I know it is. They're on Netflix. Blah 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 blah. But is it really?
Yeah.
I like personally.
Again, it's gonna fall to this. I don't think either one of them should be competing with each other.
I agree. I feel like it needs to be cooperative.
Nope. Raw and SmackDown do not need to be competing with each other.
They need to be competing with NXT.
100%.
And they're already losing.
They're losing.
Yes.
And again, we say it all the time, and I don't think we can express it enough. We get more excited about Mondays, or not Mondays, but Tuesdays, and getting ready to watch NXT and the NXT pay-per-views than we do watching Raw and SmackDown. We're like, oh, okay, we gotta go watch Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like Tuesdays, like, all right, let's sit in and
this is gonna be because once again, it's 2 hours instead of 2.5, 3 hours.
The promos are a third the length, but you get
just as much, if not more.
You get a story behind it instead of them trying, like I said, and I use John Cena's thing. Or you take Becky into it. You know, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. You're all pieces of shit. You know, basic heel promos.
I feel like SmackDown has been, well, I guess Raw. I don't know if it's Raw or SmackDown precisely, but like Rusev's promos, spot on. Aleister Black's
those
promos.
Are backstage. Those are like the backstage promos. I'm talking like
like out in the ring. Yeah, absolutely. Those are kind of.
And I feel like when Ricky Saints is out there, they can do in 5 minutes what takes them 20 to do and get
the same result, if
not more. Yeah.
But anyway, continuing on, Oba Femi said in 2024, if me and Gunther got in the same ring, it would be poetry, not just mindless chops like some people would expect. And I 1,000% agree. If Oba Femi and the Ring General got in the same ring, it would be beautiful.
Would be a main event for WrestleMania.
Absolutely. Right? It would be amazing. Because you have pure, unadulterated power versus technical brilliance.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say Oba Femi, not to say Gunther doesn't have power, Oba Femi doesn't have technical ability, but it would be amazing. He also mentioned hopefully being able to wrestle John Cena before he retires. I don't know about that. It really depends if John Cena's
I'm going to say this, and I've said it. And I've not said it on camera, but I've said it to you. the last day.
Mm-hmm.
Who needs to take that title from me?
R-Truth.
Truth.
Please.
Yes.
Please let our... Because I don't think R-Truth has ever
He's
won
never won a
world title. Let R-Truth needs to be the one to take it from John Cena. If he's not, I will riot. He will riot. I will make you riot. I don't care what your opinion is.
Exactly.
I'll back you 100% on that.
Exactly.
Because here's the thing. Truth is what?
A national treasure. You know what?
Yes.
No. A world treasure. He is 1 in 8 billion. Anyway, Alexa Bliss says WWE has been great about her bringing her daughter on the road with her. She's got her own little setup when we go, and she loves it. I didn't even know she had it. Actually, no,
Yeah.
I remember because that's why
she was gone.
Yeah. But I mean, good for her. Honestly, I'm very because I always imagine that's a very difficult thing to do. Being on the road so often, especially if you have children. So good for her.
Wow.
More stuff about the blah blah blah, the LFG. I don't remember what this is. I don't think we'll pull it up because it's there.
I think that was the Zoe Starks.
Oh, I think so. You're right. Oh no.
Which there is quite a few of that.
Yeah, everyone wishing Zoe the best because, like I said, that was nasty.
Your knee does not bend that way.
No, like I said.
No, it was the.
Oh right.
I ain't
Yeah.
following
He
this.
got the Bronx Walk of Fame.
Yeah. Yes, Kyrie Sane. Words are difficult. Kyrie Sane rejoined Raw tonight. Roxanne is
signed.
yeah. Ugh, and this fucking douchebag. Some people are mad I didn't get fired in this last round of WWE releases. They let a lot of people go, not your boy. So they were mad about that. Dude, the way I see it, you can't let go of a future world heavyweight champion. That would just be ridiculous. I can let him go of life.
Exactly.
Anyway. John Cena says it doesn't make sense that he's R-Truth's childhood hero. How in the space-time continuum can I be R-Truth's childhood hero when he's 150 years old? It doesn't make any sense. I don't know if he was just pulling that out of his ass or if this is a reference to something that R-Truth has said in the past.
I have no clue.
Knowing truth, I would not be surprised if he said he was 150 years old. Season 2 of LFG will start on June 22nd, so just over...
A month.
Yeah, just over a month. A month and 2 days. Congratulations to Dustin Rhodes on 17 years of sobriety. That is an accomplishment.
Yes, congratulations.
You know, I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, but Knight Rider here has drank before.
Yeah.
I've been there, done that.
You know, and
17 years of sobriety is
17 years to be 17
Way to
years,
go.
Yeah.
that
Good
is
for
an
you,
accomplishment. And you like this one.
I tell you what, move LA Knight to Monday Night Raw, turn him a full-fledged heel, and let him beat Jey Uso for the world title. Now that would be something fresh and exciting.
Yes.
I agree.
Exactly.
And once again, you say, oh, it didn't work last time. Neither did Becky's.
And I feel like Becky's struggling with it. I mean, if you noticed even last night, the crowd was kind of had this, like...
Yeah, it had a twist.
They were cheering Becky and they weren't cheering Becky, and they cheered Becky and they weren't. And then when Lyra came out,
Yep.
they cheered for Lyra.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, we like Becky as long as we're not fighting Lyra.
Yep.
I don't know.
And
I don't understand people genuinely. Like I get it. She's Becky Lynch. She's cool, but also she's just a bitch. Let her be a heel. Why y'all making this deeper than it needs to be? She wants to play a heel. Let her play a heel. I don't.
I like that they're keeping the man and stuff.
Yeah,
time.
like she can still keep she doesn't need to be.
I like that they're
big
doing
time
that. Yeah,
things.
that
She
I
can
think
still
was
be she can
failed.
still be the man and just be a dickhead about it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, Finn Balor, he's still actually. I guess he hasn't pulled out the demon or whatever.
No,
but
he said the demon was retired. But.
Yeah. More stuff about
But
Joshua
it
Troy.
is
This
what
was
it
this
is.
was really cool. Huge congrats to my boy Darby Allin on his amazing
And
accomplishment.
if you guys don't know, I don't really cover AEW,
Yeah.
but he is an AEW star. But I thought this was great
Yeah.
because he left wrestling for a while
To train
to go
to
to the
Mount-
top of the world.
Yeah,
I mean,
Mount
Mount
Everest.
Everest. So
and he pulled up the Diamond Cutter. You know what I didn't know about Mount Everest? It's disgusting.
oh yeah,
Like people just leave, like throw their trash up there when why? Be better, please. Anyway, Roxanne is going to Money in the Bank. Congratulations to her. I'd honestly be very interested to see her win it.
there's a lot of things.
Actually,
she's done.
that would make so much sense, especially with what they're doing with the Judgment Day. Imagine, hear me out. What's the word they use? Not intriguing.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
I don't either.
Humor
so.
me for a moment here.
Oh,
Shut the fuck up. Liv Morgan comes back. She gets a qualifying match for Money in the Bank. She wins that match. Maybe even Roxanne gets a call. Maybe even Roxanne goes to Money in the Bank as well. You have all three of them in the Money in the Bank ladder match together. But Roxanne is the one
Oh
who pulled it out.
boy, that
Now
would be
Roxanne-
a.
Now Roxanne has the Money in the Bank briefcase, and she's not technically a part of the Judgment Day, but she's still coming around, be like, I have the Money in the Bank contract, so when I cash
that would
in,
be
if you guys let me in the Judgment Day, the Judgment Day has another title on their shoulders, yada yada yada. But obviously, that's not the actual plan. The actual plan is for Finn and Roxanne to take Raquel, cut the Judgment Day in half. Because if they take Raquel, they're also taking Carlito.
Oh, stop it.
So that leaves Dom and JD McDonough to go against Carlito and Finn Balor, and Liv is left with a 2-on-1.
here's my thing, and you can take this however, but this is another little twist. And there's been talk that Dom has said he wants to win it and try.
The Money in the Bank?
Yeah,
I would love that.
Hold on. And now what if Raquel does it? Hear me out. It's never been done. I don't even know if it can be legally, but it's for a title, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Money in the Bank. One of the tag titles.
That's true. Although I believe it specifically says I guess they are world titles technically.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it could be.
I mean, there's been talk that it hasn't been done, but why?
Yeah.
And a lot of even wrestlers are talking about it.
Although, don't they already have the tag team titles?
Yes.
Yes.
But what if? Hear me out. What if they lose the titles? Roxanne has the money in the briefcase. Liv or Raquel go run.
That would be. That's genius. She takes Raquel. She's like, you know what? I could use this to go and get myself a world heavyweight title, but I'm gonna help the Judgment Day. She goes with Raquel, takes the tag team titles back, but now it's Roxanne and Raquel, which I just realized that those names go really well together. Raquel and Roxanne are now the tag team titles. Liv is left high and dry on the sidelines.
Mm-hmm.
You might be cooking with something there. I can 100% see that.
And nobody has tried it, and a couple of wrestlers have been like, well, why has it been tried? Why can't we do that?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nothing saying you can't.
Yeah.
And this is just Karrion Kross appreciation post. We love Karrion Kross.
Yes.
TNA is one TV deal away from becoming the second biggest wrestling company in America. So who's the second biggest right now? Why are you looking at me like I'm stupid?
The other stupid company.
AEW? Huh. I didn't
Beating
know.
them in the TV ratings.
That's interesting. Shiloh Hill says, new tooth, now I'm finally flawless. And you know what? Fair enough to him. I'm sure he's been wanting to get that fixed forever. I really liked it. I thought it had so much character to Shiloh Hill. But obviously,
Yep.
I'm sure he's wanted to get that fixed for a long time. So good on you, man.
Yep.
Glad you finally got it. Saraya is agitated by everyone asking her the same question, whether she will return to WWE. Are you coming back to WWE? Every single time without fail, I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. I'm so sorry, but then people are always like bitter online, and everyone just says, I'm talking about it. I'm like, motherfucker, keep asking me. Fuck. Yeah, exactly. Like, wait and see. Like, I don't know, you guys. Will you stop fucking asking me that?
And again...
Oh, Paige. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
Paige.
Saraya? Yeah. Paige.
Again, it's the thing of, like, we all care. We all want to know.
Yeah,
but yet in the same
exactly.
breath,
Don't fucking
Don't
bombard
beat
her on like, are you coming back to WWE? Are you coming back to WWE?
Don't
Are you coming
beat
back?
it like,
Shut the
like
fuck
it's a
up.
dead fucking
If she
horse.
comes, guess what? If she comes back to WWE,
and here's
you'll
the
know.
thing. Here's the thing.
Yep.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you what, and this is
Just keep watching spoilers.
This is me telling you all exactly what I have seen. You have look at Jordan Grace when she debuted at Royal Rumble on the main roster. She had all kinds of posts and tweets and everything out there saying she was not going to be there.
Yeah.
Yep.
You honestly think Saraya, Paige is going to be like, yeah, I'll be back next week?
No.
No. So she's going to keep telling you no.
Yeah.
And again,
wishing's always, because like I said, this looked, just looking at it makes me uncomfortable. Like, your knee is not supposed to bend that way.
Yeah, no.
All the luck, all the wishes and prayers in the world for her. I hope she
Yes,
gets better as soon as
exactly.
possible.
Come back soon.
We're not gonna watch that.
No, go up. That was what I wanted to bring up.
So no Killer Cross on Raw, yet they have time for a 10-minute segment interviewing a basketball player no one cares about. Make it make sense.
Exactly.
I agree. Once again, replace this with R-Truth.
Yeah.
Or Cross.
Yeah, but also mainly Truth.
Or Cross. Understand that. I
Karrion Kross is good.
Dom was in fact eating those nuggets.
Yes.
He was like, Liv's gonna care about this.
And it was a pizza box size of nuggets.
Yeah, it was a pretty good chunk, like 3 or 4 rows of them. Sports Kada remembers one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, Andre the Giant. Rest in peace.
Yeah, it was his birthday yesterday too.
Oh yeah. Shawn Michaels says that he 100% agrees with people that say Fraxum are the best tag team in the world. I 100% agree with the people who say that. Right now, they're clicking on all cylinders. Once they committed to being a team, they took it to another level.
100%.
And this is just
more of the.
Yeah, thanks AEW for everything in life. Thanks for the amazing team at Adventure Consults and the Sherpa squad. This shit was wild. I bet it was.
That's more of Darby Allin at the top of the world. And again, like we said,
Finn plan is to split up Liv and Raquel. Raquel probably feels like a third wheel at time with Liv and Dom.
Yep.
Finn adding Roxanne to the Judgment Day allows her to get closer to Raquel, which eventually leads to Raquel turning her back on Liv and choosing Roxanne over her. And like I said, then we split. You have Liv and Raquel, Finn and Carlito, because like I said, Carlito's gonna follow Roxanne or Raquel around.
Like a little lost puppy.
Yeah, like a little lost puppy.
Yep, of course.
Also, I don't know what. Okay, so Shawn Michaels says Stephanie Fakir is Mrs. NXT.
100%
Mr.
agree.
NXT is a toss-up. No, the fuck it's not. Between Obafemi, agreed, and Trick. What the fuck are you smoking?
Wait. I said agree to.
Yes, I agree with Obafemi. What the fuck?
I
are
agree
you
with Stephanie Fakir.
That's what I meant. Yes, Stephanie Fakir. What the fuck are you smoking right now? Genuinely, Trick Williams is not even in the same ballpark. Look, I know Trick Williams is great. I know he gets a lot of attention. He gets a lot of views. He's Hollywood Trick. Who the fuck cares? Genuinely, if he was not going against if he was not going against Wrestling Jesus right now, who the fuck would give a shit about Trick Williams?
Hey, thinking of that, we get a rap concert tonight.
But genuinely, if he was not going against wrestling Jesus.
I agree. Oba is
the bar.
Trick Williams is a whiny little entitled bitch. My opinion.
Okay, now
Exactly.
hold on. I want to go down. I want to break this down real quick. This is. Well, if you go up, it's actually not. That picture really has nothing to do. Who's your current favorite male and female superstar? Knight Rider. Favorite female. On the roster.
On roster right now.
Raw, SmackDown, NXT.
I'm gonna have to say Tiffy.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because she is doing really well right now.
Favorite male.
Favorite male? Come on now.
What's your opinion?
Who do you think?
Your
L.A.
No. Fair Fox.
He's the best in the world.
I'm going to go with one. Built different.
Stephanie Vakir. We already knew that.
Yeah. I already knew that.
That's my
That's
top
a given.
Girl. That's my top girl. Like, she'll always
Well,
be
wait
my
a minute. What about Rhea?
You know what? I'm not going to change my mind. But I'm gonna tell you, I've done said it. Like, Julia, Stephanie, they all like right there. But I think Stephanie, we've watched.
Yeah.
The three of us have watched Stephanie.
The Fatal 4-Way.
Stephanie back here is built different.
She's
She's a sweetheart.
Absolutely.
She built different.
What about your favorite male?
Favorite male? I'm going to go with
Elias.
Oh, he's on TNA.
He's on TNA.
Okay.
We're talking WWE. But I'm going to go a little out in left field.
Oh shit.
And it's not that I support him as a wrestler. I'm not going to say I support him as the character he's doing right now. But as a wrestler, I support him.
Gunther?
No.
Oh.
I do like Gunther as a wrestler. But it's Jacob.
Yep, Jacob Fatu is
Jacob
a very good wrestler.
I think if they turn him on Solo,
it's only a matter of time.
It's only a matter of time.
That crowd is gonna go ape shit. They already
Solo, you're fucked.
They can't. His to me, he is probably one of my favorites right now. But like we said, Stephanie, when Stephanie's in the ring, it's a show.
She's on fire.
So what you got, Tafari?
I feel like, honestly, I think I'm gonna go with the same as you. I was gonna, but Tiffy is good too, though. But I think Stephanie, like we said, is just built different. And Jacob, like I said, Jacob is a dog. Although
he dog walks everybody he's been in the ring with.
I was gonna say one other one, and it was a toss up. Like, I believe they're like neck and neck in my mind.
Braun Breaker.
Yep.
Yeah.
Braun Breaker. I don't like him being Seth's little fucking goon, but in terms of athletic ability
and raw power,
that man, like I've said before, I know they're on different brands right now. I know it's gonna be a long time, but I am. Braun Breaker versus Jacob Fatu would be a rivalry for the ages.
Yes.
Just like I've said before, I want to see a full blown. Give me a WrestleMania. I'd take a SummerSlam. I'd take whatever the fuck they give me. Honestly, I want Stephanie versus Io.
Oh,
damn it!
Yes. I want no interruptions. I want
a fight. Exactly. Yes.
Please.
Like, there has to be a clear-cut winner.
No bullshit.
Yeah, because I am telling you, that little 5-10 minute match
was the best we've had on Monday or SmackDown in
months.
Honestly, maybe the entire year.
Yep.
I mean,
exactly.
That little bit we got was absolute.
Oh yeah.
Show.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Wrestling is a beautiful and dangerous sport. We give all our every time we step in the ring, and we also risk a lot when we do what we love.
And again, that's Thunder Rosa, but this is the kind of respect that wrestlers have for wrestlers.
Yeah, because they know it's dangerous. There's been talk internally that WWE is lining things up to finally launch NXT Europe later this year. That could be interesting.
That would be...
I don't think we're going to... Even if we can watch it, I don't think we're going to have time to watch it. But I think this would be very interesting. Because I know they have... What is it? What's the other... The European... I thought it was NXT. Or was it...
You talking about the Mexican one?
No. Wasn't there like a Europe...
UK.
Yeah. NXT UK.
Yeah.
Oh, what the heck? I feel like that would be very interesting. Yeah, I truly hope we get to face each other again when you're ready. Wishing you a smooth recovery.
Yep.
All the respect in the world.
Yes.
Roxanne Perez ends her time on NXT with 68 televised matches and a 41-27 win-loss record. She made her televised in-ring debut on April 15th, 2022 on NXT Level Up, and her NXT TV debut followed on April 19th, 2022. She spent a total of 3.1 years on NXT before going to the main roster.
Way to go.
Yep. And this is the last thing we have for today. Chase U is back in action tonight on the CW Network.
Woohoo!
So we will see them. Do we know who they're fighting? Oh, then the MTO.
Oh, OTM.
OTM, that's it.
Out of the mud.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna get their asses whooped if the look on Chase's face last week was anything to go by.
But here's another thing. I'm gonna say this. Having NXT has been adding NXT is what I'm trying to say. Adding NXT to what we talk about, I feel like it gives us something way more exciting. Like we said, if we would have just watched WrestleMania, I probably would have been like,
what the hell did I watch?
Yeah, like no, we're done.
Exactly.
We're done. Like that was miserable. Just honestly, pack it up and go home.
NXT was the bar.
I know we've had people on here, and I know we say a lot, but NXT has changed how I see WWE.
Yes, exactly.
Because I know they can do better.
Exactly. Yep. I 100% agree.
WWE,
I mean,
you could step up and do a lot better.
And that's what bothers me.
Yeah.
I agree.
I second that notion.
We're going to be third, but anyway.
Well, whatever.
Yeah. But anyway,
I think
we do have NXT. What are our matches on NXT?
I don't think we...
Yeah, What are the matches on NXT tonight? Oh, that's right. Ashante, Javon Evans, and Shawn Legacy.
Right. That's gonna be a great match.
Yep.
Kalani Jordan versus Zarya.
Oh, damn. That's a good one, too. Which NXT's always got good
Connors
matches.
Versus Kyle Dixon, which is the Chase U versus OTM. Sean Spears versus Josh Briggs. I remember that now. And then we have the Trick Williams rap concert and the Joe Hendry concert. So, that is our NXT rundown. And we will be back with NXT rundown on Friday?
Yes. I don't believe we're...
And Thursday we are not doing nothing.
We're going to try to find something for Wednesday.
Yeah.
I figure,
we might just do buy everything again, honestly. I feel like that's so much fun. So we don't have anything...
Yeah, exactly.
New.
Well, we haven't tried free parking yet, have we?
We did. That was one where it's like you spin the dial and it gives you money or it does something else. I think we did anyway. Or did we just look at the rules?
I think we might have just looked at the rules. We'll have to look back on our
Anyway,
YouTube.
That's about it from us, guys.
We'll figure out something for Wednesday.
Yeah.
We're not going to stream Thursday this week.
Yeah.
Hopefully, well, I don't think next week we're not streaming because I think I've got a doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday or Thursday. I think it's Wednesday next week. We're not streaming because I think I got a doctor's appointment Wednesday. So we're going to stream Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But as the week progresses, I'll let you know officially.
Exactly.
But that's about it from us, guys. If you made this far on the stream, go ahead and give us a follow so you can get notified whenever we go live. If you are watching on YouTube, like, comment, share, subscribe. Let us know what you think down in the comments. If you want to chat with us, go ahead and join our Discord server. If you want to help support us, press that big red donate button.
Press the button.
Push the button.
That's
The big
about it.
red button.
I'm Telfari.
I'm CK.
And I'm Knight Rider. Good night. Be safe.
See ya.
See ya.